the file, and it is the week of Valentine's Day, one of my absolute favorite holidays of the entire year. Probably because I have so many OTPs, but just in general, romantic or not, I just love love, and so Valentine's Day hits the target. Especially after this past season, we have so much love and romance to celebrate in the Librarians. And what better time to celebrate it than Valentine's Day? So I thought to make up for all the vlogs that I haven't put up in like months, I would do an entire week, 7 days, 7 vlogs, all about romance in the Librarians. So before we begin today, I'm just going to give you a quick outline of what you can expect this week. Today, Monday, we are going to talk about love in the Librarians in general, why I think the Librarians does love and romance better than any show I've ever seen, and just what I love about their romance and love stories in general. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day, we're going to count down my top 10 most romantic moments in the Librarians. Now, these are not necessarily my favorite moments, but I've ranked them based upon what I think is the most romantic. On Wednesday, I am going to outline for you everything I ship in the Librarians fandom. Now, there's only 3 things that I really consider myself to I ship it, meaning that there's only 3 couples that I actually want to be together in the end game. But there are a lot of other ships that I just think they're cute or have a lot of potential, and so I'm just going to talk about all of them and what I think. And then in the next 3 days, I am going to delve into my 3 favorite ships, my 3 actual OTPs ships from that video. So on Thursday, I'm going to be talking all about Jake and Cassandra. Friday, I'm going to be talking about our favorite lovebirds who just need to get married already, Eve and Flynn. And on Saturday, I am going to delve into my new favorite ship, Charlene and Judson. And finally, on Sunday, I'm going to go back in time to the Librarians movies, and I'm going to talk about Flynn's love interests in those, my issues with them, which of them I like, which of them I don't, and why, in general, I think Eve is just Flynn's soulmate, and how looking at his past romances really proves that by comparing her to what he had before. So, with that said, let's get into today's discussion. So, one of my favorite things about the Librarians is the romance, and this is really no surprise to me because I'm a hopeless romantic. Any TV show I watch, any book I read, any movie I see, I am going to latch on to the romances in this story, and those are going to be the moments that I watch over and over, and that's what's really going to draw me into a story that has a good ship, a good romance, I'm in. But I don't think that's the only reason why the romance is my favorite part of the Librarians, because honestly, I think the Librarians has some of the best love stories that I've seen compared to any other thing. And it's really subtle. They do things very subtly. It's not like other shows. Like, the possible slow burns on here are not like the slow burns on other shows. It's not as obvious. Even Flynn can be more subdued sometimes, and that we're kind of left to assume certain things about their relationship. Like, we assume they've already said I love you to each other, and then the show has them saying I love you casually with no big first I love you moment. We assume that they've slept together before, but we don't know until the show just shows us them sleeping together like it's no big deal, like we know already that it's happened before. Things like that. The way they tell their story, the writing for these romances is just so strong, and it makes me love it so much. What I love about the Librarians' romance is how they emphasize imperfect, realistic relationships. Now, nothing is perfect. This is especially present in Eve and Flynn, in that Flynn screws up, and Eve screws up, and yet they still love each other. It's not perfect, and they're able to create these imperfect romances without huge season-long breakups. Now, in any other show, we might have something that's like,
oh, you forgot what my favorite flavor of ice cream is. I hate you. You're the worst lover ever. Oh my god.
That doesn't happen in the Librarians. What we have is Flynn screwing up big time. They have a big fight, but in the end, without much to do about it, they get back together, they make up, they work through it because they love each other. And I think that's such a beautiful message to emphasize. And this is really laid out in what is my favorite moment from this, one of my favorite moments from the series, which is Eve's speech to Moriarty in End the Happily Ever Afters about real love is hard. And I think it sends such a beautiful message and writes such an epic, beautiful story. The other thing the Librarians emphasizes that kind of goes hand in hand with this idea is unconditional love. Now, whether that love be romantic or not, what we see is the Librarians' characters loving each other for who they are, and that's emphasized by seeing past characters, whether it be family members or friends or old lovers, who didn't love them for who they are, who wanted them to change, who couldn't accept that they were the way they were. But in the Librarians' romances and friendships and family relationships that they've made with each other, we can see that they love each other for who they are, unconditionally, accepting each other, and that is actually said outright so many times in the show, particularly at the end of season 3 with Eve and Flynn. So other than romance, this show just really emphasizes love, how much the Librarians love each other. In season 3, we see Flynn saying in the first episode, "I'd do anything for the Librarians. I'd even die for them. We're a family. You can't break us apart." It emphasizes platonic love and found family too, which are two of my favorite tropes ever, and I think it's so important, and I just love the way the show talks about love. So basically what I could say about this is that the love stories they tell, the romantic love stories, are indescribably beautiful. Epic love stories that I can't even put to words most of the time as to say why they are so beautiful. And they're imperfect, they're flawed, but they still prevail. And I just love that. So that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow on Valentine's Day when I talk about the top 10 most romantic moments in the Librarians. You can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. All links are in the description below. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. I will see you tomorrow when we really delve into the Librarians' romance. Bye-bye, my Lits. Happy Valentine's Day.